in the comments. Can you hear me okay? And can you see me okay? Just let me know if you can hear and see okay. And then we're going to get started. Okay, good. Thank you, Abongile. Okay, great. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. If you were here yesterday, let me know in the comments that you were here yesterday. If this is your first time tonight, then let me know. I'm here for the first time. And if you are back again from yesterday, let me know as well. And welcome to everybody. Still letting everybody in. So while we do that, let's have a look and see. I was here yesterday, back from yesterday, day 2. I was here yesterday. I'm back. Okay, great. Someone for the first time, welcome. First time, another person for the first time. Okay, and if you are here for the first time, don't forget to go back and to watch the replay from day 1, because this kind of follows on from yesterday. You can find the replay will have been sent out in the emails. Also, it is on the free community group. So you'll be able to find that all of those there. I've popped the YouTube channel over there. Don't forget to pop over and just subscribe and to save it, because you will be able to watch all the replays and a whole lot more on the YouTube channel. Okay, so don't forget to save that. Sorry. That's what I'm still letting everybody in. Okay, I think that's mostly everybody in yesterday from today. Okay, let us get started. Okay, so we're looking at from application to hired bootcamp, and this is day 2 today. So welcome to day 2. Tonight's focus is we're looking at fixing our application. Okay, and tonight we're going to cover resume improvements, what we can do to improve that, what makes applications stand out from the rest. We're going to look at introduction video mistakes, and we're going to look at strong versus weak examples. We're also going to look at how to improve quickly, because that is what we are wanting over here. Okay. So tonight is going to be very practical, because we're focusing on improving your actual application. Yesterday, we spoke about why people may not get hired, and we went into quite a lot of detail about introduction videos, demo lessons, and resumes. And tonight, we're going to focus on like what you can improve, like how to actually improve them, what companies notice when they look at your application, and how to stand out more, because there's so many of us out there that are looking for the same work opportunities and looking for the same job opportunities. And like, we want to know what we can do to stand out so that somebody notices us and that we actually get hired, because that's the name of the game. We're wanting to get hired. We want to stand out so that somebody chooses you to get that job and so that you can start to grow. Okay. Who here completed the day 1 worksheet? Did any of you get to see it? It is in the free community group. If any of you completed the day 1 workshop, tap yes, tap no. Okay, if you didn't, and let me know in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from day 1? Okay, so if you're watching the replay, then also let me know what your biggest takeaway was from day 1. What did you learn from day 1? Okay. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, it is in the free community. It's in the classroom, under Bootcamp. Okay, so you'll see under the Bootcamp in the classroom. So go to the classroom section in the free community. It's in the classroom section under Bootcamp, and you will see day 1's worksheet. It's going to be there. I'm going to add a day 2 worksheet in there as well, so you'll be able to go and access that afterwards. And also the links for all the replays are going to be put up there, so it's nice and easy and everything is all together over there. Okay, so make sure that you are part of that free community. It's just a support community for teachers to support each other. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kathy. I have 2 online teaching businesses. I've been doing this for 6 years now, since 2019. I love traveling, reading, meeting people from different countries. I started working in the ESL company first for a few months, moved to a marketing platform, and now I kind of split my time between marketing platform and private students. I love my private students, but I like to have my backup of the marketing platform. I like working on Amazing Talker. So that's great for me. And I help teachers also get started in the online space. Okay, let's have a look at some of these takeaways we have here. I've learned about different TEFL certificates as well as the different employment opportunities, and I honestly was not aware how broad online teaching was. Bigger takeaway was definitely how to pass the demo lessons, the introduction video, practice, practice, practice. Ruby, that's it. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? I went too far back. Okay, great. Okay. So for me, myself, I like setting goals and I like achieving them. Okay. And so that's why I like helping you guys also set goals for yourself and achieve them. Okay. So that's always a thing that I've always been doing. Like wherever I've worked, I worked in a classroom for 25 years, worked in England for 9 years, and I was like a parent, teacher, liaison, mentor, helped parents with parenting. They worked in a nursery school there as a nursery school teacher. So I've kind of been in the school scene for 25 years before I went to start teaching online. So that's kind of my background where I come from. But I've always been passionate about helping people to get started. Okay. So let me know in the comments, what is your why? Like, because teaching online can be challenging when you first get started. So I would say that it's a really good thing to have an actual why. Like, what is your reason for wanting to teach online? Let me know in the comments, what is your actual reason? Is it to be able to spend more time with your family? Is it to work around your children? Is it to be able to work and travel? What is your why? What is the reason why you're wanting to get into this? Like, it's good to have a really strong why and a good, strong reason why you're wanting to do this. While you're typing that out, so let's look what Kate says. Highlight was the need to have a determined mindset, because that's where I start building the life of my dreams. Awesome. I like that. That's really great. Okay, I just want to let these people in. Okay. Tired of classroom, school is no longer safe. I completely agree with you. To have more time with my children, flexibility, and extra income. A lot of people do this for extra income, and there's nothing wrong with that. To have more time with my children, to be my own boss, okay, work around my children. I need to earn a salary. I want to be able to work remotely, and I have always been passionate about teaching online. Okay, awesome. I want to be more flexible, love teaching in a classroom, but it's tiring and the admin is frustrating. 100% agree with you. That's what I found towards the end of the time when I was busy teaching. Work around my children, be my own boss, flexibility, have time with my children. Okay, awesome. Like those whys. Okay. And it's really important to know what your why is. So, like, think about it. Actually, I'll add that into the freebie that we put at the end. Is like to really think about that why and to write it down, because when things get challenging and things get tough, it's good to go back to your why and say, this is the reason why I'm doing this. This is the reason why I'm pushing myself in beginning. Okay, Danielle, I remember what your why was. Okay, and I know yours is working around your family and your daughter. I value growth and autonomy. Online teaching offers a level of independence. Good, working from anywhere. Recently started being a facilitator, and I like the flexibility it gives me. And I got interested in TEFL. Good, that's really good. I like that. Passion, family time. I'm currently unemployed and I need an income. Okay. Okay. And I just think working online and working remote is like the best way. Like if you want into, even if you move to a different country, like I was saying last night, like my sister and my brother-in-law, they've just recently moved to New Zealand. My brother-in-law is working in a school there, but he also teaches online. So kind of they didn't lose their online income. They just they just took a day or two off and they were able to kind of carry on and still earn the income they were earning from teaching online. So there's no boundaries as like you're going out of a country and you're going to lose your job because you're going to go somewhere else. The whole like the world is your oyster. Like if you want to travel and work, I know so many people actually go on holidays or travel around the world and they kind of do this while they're traveling, and then they would go and sightsee in the day and they'd schedule their lessons around the time they've got off so that they're still earning an income, but they're traveling and working at the same time. Okay, great, guys. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about my teacher membership first tonight, and then we're going to go into tonight's topic. I love to teach naturally. Teaching online makes it more flexible. Okay, awesome. Teaching in Cambodia and UAE, teaching overseas is nice, but it has its own challenges. Yes, of course, everything does, right? And I'm guessing that, are you enjoying being home again? Okay, so in the beginning, it can be super overwhelming, like when you're really getting started. Like you have so many questions, and it's nice just to have an helping hand to help you along the way. So someone who can help and guide you over every obstacle so that you can build your thriving online teaching business and attract high-paying clients, okay? Because that's what you want. In the end, you want to start with your ESL job that maybe is not going to earn you a lot of money, but then you want to work your way up so that you're working your way to your marketing platform and eventually having your own private students, because that's when you're going to start making more income, okay? And that's kind of what you want to get to in the end. Okay, but sometimes it can be challenging to get there if you don't have a little bit of help. Okay, so it's easy. You can do it on your own. Like lots of people do it on their own with no guidance, no support. You can Google things. But maybe it takes you a longer bit of time to lay a solid foundation, get started. Maybe you get rejected more because you don't have somebody helping you along the way. Or you can 100% commit to taking action and changing the route that your life takes by becoming a successful online teacher so that you can claim back your power and your freedom as a teacher. Okay. So for me, I did it on my own in the beginning and I kind of wasn't getting anywhere. And then I found a mentor. Okay. And I put some money into being mentored and I started growing. Okay. And then when I joined Amazing Talker, they had a whole mentoring program on Amazing Talker and I got mentored again and I became a mentor and I started becoming an interviewer and I started getting into helping teachers earning income online and starting to get started. Okay, so this membership is a one-of-a-kind program that shows you exactly how to start your online teaching business by providing step-by-step systems, guidance, and support to get you started the right way. We kind of remove all the guesswork. Okay, whenever you are not certain about something, you can ask me, and I'm there to help you and guide you along the way. Okay, so that it's easier for you to become an online teacher. Okay, these are just the basic stuff we're teaching you tonight in this like 3-day boot camp. But like when you're part of the membership, you're going to get a whole lot more. Okay, so we look at building a solid foundation for your teaching business using proven methods. We look at how to create a teaching brand, because if you're wanting to become an independent teacher and if you're wanting to work on places like Preply and Amazing Talker and italki, you're going to have to create a brand for yourself that stands out and attracts the right people, okay? Because that's why it's called a marketing platform, because you have to market yourself. So there's a little bit of skills that you do have to learn to be successful on those platforms, okay? Preply is a little bit easier, but Amazing Talker can be a little bit challenging to really get started. But once you get started and once you get the hang of it, if you're working on Amazing Talker, you can earn quite a decent amount when you work your way up. Okay. We also look at the tech. Okay, so a lot of people are nervous about tech. Like, how do I use Classroom? How do I use Zoom? Like, how do I create a lesson plan? All of these things, people often are a bit nervous and a bit scared about. Okay, but we kind of try to take away that tech overwhelm and get you to practice things so that it's not so overwhelming afterwards. Okay, we look at how to create and deliver a successful demo lesson. So what I'm doing at the moment is in the membership, we do demo lesson practices. Well, I was doing it once a month. I'm actually doing it twice a month at the moment. So like every second Thursday, you can book a 25-minute slot, which is a one-on-one slot, and you can come and practice a demo lesson with me, and I will give you feedback afterwards. If you're needing the materials for it, I can give you the materials for it, or you can use your own materials. You're also going to learn how to build a successful resume, because we'll tweak it and we'll change it until it's correct. We're looking at how to become a successful career, like how to actually get to do this as a career and to make yourself successful. We look at things like managing and running your business. This month, we're looking at, I'm going to be doing like a course on how to use Canva to your advantage. Okay, so we're going to be doing like a whole workshop on Canva and like looking at all the different things we can do on Canva to make ourselves really successful. And we have trackers and templates and worksheets, and we also look at problems in the classroom, like what do you do if your tech doesn't work? How do you manage students' behavior? What do you do if a student keeps going out of the classroom? Like all of those kind of things. We go through all of these things so that you have a helping hand and you're not left in the dark. Okay, so the inside of the membership, I've added my Let's Get Hired course, which was a standalone course, which I was selling before. It's got 6 modules and it's about 80 lessons, I think, video lessons. And it like kind of takes you through everything that you need to know to become a successful online teacher. Okay, it's like things like how to use Zoom, how to use Classroom, how to set up PayPal, how to set up Payoneer, Wise. What else? Like there's a whole lot of things to like help to get your mindset right. There's a bit of training on that, like applications, demo lessons, trial lessons, problem shooting, how to be successful. There is just a whole lot of stuff in this course. Okay, it's really will help you along the way. Okay, so sorry, that must come out. That was part of my old course thing. Okay, and it is $25 a month, which is about 410 Rand at the moment with exchange rates if you are from South Africa. I know there's a few people in that's from just outside of South Africa, so just check what your exchange rate is. But you can stay in the program for as long as you want. If you want to be in it for 1 month, you can be in it for 1 month. If you want to stay in it for 6 months or 12 months, that is absolutely fine. Okay. I just want to let these people in over here. Okay, so if you weren't present yesterday, I did say that there was a replay available. It got sent out today. The replay link was sent out in an email today, so check your emails. The replay link is in there, but you will also see it is in the free membership. Inside there in the classroom is the link for you to be able to catch up. Okay, so and here is the YouTube link over here. You will find it on there as well under the bootcamp. It's the latest video that is loaded on there as well. Okay, and then there's a worksheet that is in the free membership that you can also go through and use. Okay. Okay, at the moment, I'm doing a 7-day trial, free trial. So like if you want to join the paid membership, you have 7 days to decide whether you want to join it or not. You can join and come and see what it's all about. And if you don't want to join it, just leave before the 7 days before you get charged by school. Okay, so there is that available, and I will put the link for it later on. Okay, so there's like easy to follow lesson plans in it. Everything's designed in it to help you take action and to see results. Okay, there's lots of motivation, focus, and twice a month there is Zoom calls. I've changed the structure a little bit. That I'm doing work. I'm doing like workshops. So like I block off a whole week where you'll have a workshop, and it will be like a 5-day workshop, which will have like about 3 live sessions in it, 2 pre-recorded. Like this month, we're going to be focusing on Canva a bit, and then there'll be a Q&A session sometime else in the month, and then the 2 demo lesson practices. So you have more than enough help in the month to really start getting you going. Okay, there's also a resource library that has templates and checklists and lesson plans and icebreakers and all kinds of things that you can use. There's all the past workshops are in there as well. So there's how to do trial lessons, demo lessons, how to create your introduction video. There's just a lot of different things in the resources. And of course, there's the support that you get via WhatsApp with me as well when you are part of the paid program. Okay, and again, it's $25 a month. Okay, so going on to tonight. Ooh, so many pages. Okay, so what do companies see first? Okay, your application creates the first impression. So when you're filling out your application, that's the thing that the companies are going to see first. Companies usually look at your resume when they decide, your introduction video, your communication style. Okay, those 3 things are what companies are looking at when they decide whether they're going to take it further or whether you're going to get declined. An important thing, recruiters often decide within minutes if they want to continue reviewing an application. Okay, and it's all to do with like what we were talking about last night about not making your resume too long and really working on your introduction video. Okay, these things are so important because if you don't get these things right, you're not going to go any further. You're going to be thrown out before they've even had a chance to actually review you properly. So you have to get this right. And this is why details really matter. Your application does not need to be perfect, but it has to feel really clear. It has to be professional, it has to be friendly, and it has to be confident. I know the introduction video is intimidating, but like if you do it step by step, you can overcome that intimidation from it. Okay, but really you have to come across like being clear, okay, and being professional. And they want to see that you're friendly because that is like really like, even if you're nervous, you still have to try and seem friendly, okay, and confident. And confidence doesn't just come, right? You don't just wake up one day and decide, I'm confident. Like that doesn't happen. Confidence comes from practicing something and practicing it over and over again until you become confident. Like I hated seeing myself on camera when I first started teaching online, even though I'd been teaching for 25 years in a classroom. Like the first time I did an online lesson, it was so scary because I wasn't used to seeing my face on camera. Okay, so that's a good thing to start practicing seeing yourself on camera, like opening your camera when you do something like this, like looking at yourself and seeing yourself instead of closing your camera off, okay? Like starting to see that. Okay. So let's look at some resume mistakes that people make. So common resume problems, okay? These are like problems that people will pick out in the first part and then they'll just throw it out without looking further at your application. Okay, when your resume is too long. Like yesterday we looked at, go back to yesterday's if you didn't get to see it. Okay, so too long. Okay, don't make it more than a page and a half. Like some of you have got lots of experience, or some of you have done a lot of things in your life. Okay, like I've got someone in my membership who's been in corporate and has done a lot of training and stuff. Her resume could be really, really long with all the experience and stuff that she's had, but she's had to learn how to take it in and consolidate it so that it's not so long. Okay, and really shorten everything. Okay, so these are big problems that just make it like get thrown out. Okay, if it's difficult to read, like you're using this big language, or you're not, you haven't checked your grammar, you becoming too complicated. Okay, then it makes it difficult to read. If there's too much unnecessary information on there. Like I enjoy going for walks on the beach and picking up shells, and then I go home to do some reading. Those are my hobbies, okay? Like don't put in things that are unnecessary, okay? Don't make it long. If you've got no communication skills that are highlighted, okay? So really make sure this must come across that you have got good communication skills. So if you don't highlight your communication skills, that is a problem. Okay, and don't be generic. Okay, so don't go and say, or don't go to ChatGPT, or don't go to Google and say, write out a resume for me. Okay, because you're going to have that generic wording. Okay, it's going to be like everybody else's, and yours is not going to stand out. You want to be unique, you want to stand out, and you want yourself and your personality to come through. A lot of people think that if they have loads and loads and loads and loads of information in, that that's going to make their resume better. But actually, being simple and clear usually works best, okay? And I learned that a lot, like before I even started doing the online teaching, when I taught in England, and I tried to apply to schools in England, and I kind of did the same as when you apply to schools in South Africa, and you write down all of the stuff that you've done before. But then that's not actually what they're looking for. They're looking to see, do you have the skills that they've asked for in the job like they've asked in the job description, I want this person to have this and this and this and this and this skill. Like, does your resume contain all of those skills that they've been asking for? Okay, so really look at like how you word your resume, and you will see at the end of the 3 days, for those of you that have get the bonuses, for those of you that have spent the 3 days here and have caught up on the YouTube channel, you're going to get a template, okay, for your resume. So use that template to help you to get your resume correct, okay, and in the right order. Okay. You don't need to be fancy. You need to be clear. Okay, so let's look at strong versus weak resumes. A weak resume has those really long paragraphs, okay? Lots of personal information about you that doesn't really help with ESL teaching. I just want to see. You can, okay, so this is a good question. On the CV, on the experience section, should I put experience that has to do with teaching only, or I can also put other experience? For example, if I've had a call center experience, will that be necessary for me to add? Okay, so like you want to take all of what you've done before in your life and make it transferable to teaching online. So think about your call center experience. Like what could you take from that? Like, did you do training? Did you do something? What can you take from that and transfer it into a skill that you can use for online teaching? Okay, and if you can use something from that, then definitely add it in. Okay. Okay, so too much personal information, no to that. Okay, no clear structure. So make sure you follow, like when you see the template, you can follow the template. Okay, so have a good, clear structure. And remember, people are going to maybe scan your resume quickly. Okay, they're going to look and see like what's on this, like really quickly. So if it's hard to scan quickly, it's also going to get checked out. Okay, so that's what makes a weak resume, and it would probably just be put to one side. But a strong resume is, it's got a really clean layout. Okay, it's like clear, and you can see like everything is neatly done. It's easy to read, like and easy to scan through it. It's got, shows clearly your clear communication skills, and it's focused and it's professional. Okay, go back to yesterday when we talked about all the things that you need to include in it as well. Okay, so we said we're going to be interactive tonight. What do you think? Okay, so let's look and see what you say. And then I can see Danielle says she's good with her resume. Okay, she's happy with her resume. So for you, those of you who are happy with your resume, and even if you're not, let's think about this. What do you think makes a resume look professional? Put it in the comments. Let's have a look what you guys all think makes a resume look professional. Let's just let this person in while we're doing that. What do you think makes a resume look professional? The layout, definitely. Okay, the layout has a lot to do with it. Grammar, grammar is really important. Like, because they're going to look and see if you are getting that part right. Emphasis on your strengths, yes. Straight to the point with important information. Yes, definitely. You're going to have to get straight to the point because you only have a page and a half to be able to make these people like you. Maintaining font size. Okay, good. That's a good one as well because that's going to make it look nice and clear and neat. Clear, relevant information. Proper layout and proper fonts. Okay, and you're wanting to spend time on this. Like, you don't want to just rush this. You want to like make sure that like this is something that you can use for all your job applications. Shanice says layout, simple font, logical information. Good. The layout and grammar. I've seen so many people that do CVs and they haven't bothered to check their grammar. Okay, it's like quite a really important. It's a really important thing to actually check. Okay, being friendly. It shouldn't be too long. And the layout and grammar, concise and the right skills. Okay, showing that that is like one of the most important things, is that making sure that in your resume you've put what they're wanting you to have. Okay, that you have put in those skills that they've been asking. Can you do these things? That is in your resume. Like I was saying, when I was in England, that's something I learned there because I just did put all my experience and stuff down that I'd done, and I didn't match it to the job application, even though I could do all the jobs that I was applying for. But because I didn't match it to the actual job description, I didn't get the job the first time. And then someone said to me, hey, go take your resume and go and change the stuff to match what they're asking for you in the job description. Make sure the job description is in your resume, and then you're going to get the job. Okay, simple and professional. Tailor resume to the job description. Very, very, very important. Layout with proper fonts that catch the eye and the important skills as well. Good. And can I add it in my CV that I'm doing a PGCE currently? You can do that. Okay, so you could say, but you don't actually like. You could put your, because you've got you're doing PGCE. That means that you already got a degree, and often, if you've got a bachelor degree, they're happy with that. It doesn't have to be specifically a bachelor degree in teaching. It can be a bachelor degree in anything They just often want to see that you do have a bachelor degree for those companies that are asking for a bachelor degree. Okay, there's lots of companies, if you don't have one, you can still apply to those companies that don't have it. That's why it's really important to actually check, like, what is the job description before you apply, because there's no point applying for something that you're not going to get anyway because you don't have the skills. So go and look and see what they're asking before you actually do it. Okay, that's it. Okay, making sure that it's tailored to our resume and not just the usual resume that you would send for a normal job application. Great, guys. Well done. That was really good. Okay, if you're watching the replay, just comment below and let me know what you think makes a resume look professional. Okay, we had some really good ideas over there. Okay, let's look at what to include on your resume. Okay, so things that your resume should and needs to include, and that is your contact information. And we did go through that in more detail yesterday. A short profile summary, okay, like a short summary about yourself at the top. Communication skills, relevant experience, your education, and your TEFL information. Okay, make sure that you put in your TEFL certificate there, and if you have your bachelor degree, you can add it in there. And anything else that is relevant, any other certificates or qualifications that you have that's relevant to ASL. Important reminder, even if you have no teaching experience, because I know there's lots of you on here tonight that don't have any teaching experience. Okay, you've never, because yesterday we asked, like, why are you here? Like, what area do you fall in? And there was lots of you that were the threes, right? You just really are educator at heart and you want to start teaching online, but you've never had any experience before. Okay, so even if you don't have teaching experience, you probably still have customer service experience, people skills, communication experience, and leadership experience. Okay, so you can add that in. Like, you got to think, sometimes you got to think outside of the box and really think about how you're going to do your resume to get it right. Don't rush it. Okay, so I want to look at a profile over here. Here's a profile example. I am a friendly and patient communicator. Passionate about helping students improve their confidence in English. I create a supportive and encouraging learning environment. Okay, so that's just a simple, easy, quick profile summary. Your profile summary should be short, it should be clear, and it should be confident. Okay, so don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to overcomplicate it at all. Yes, you have to have a TEFL certificate. If you're wanting to work at an ESL company, okay, you have to have a TEFL certificate. Most of them ask for it. I said the certain TEFL certificate, okay, doesn't carry much weight because it's red flagged at the moment, so companies do not accept it, okay? There is a certain one. Okay, but if you are wanting to work at an ESL company, they're going to ask you for a TEFL certificate. If you're wanting to teach independently later, obviously, you probably won't need a TEFL certificate. Okay, you need a TEFL certificate from a reputable institute, okay? Don't go for those free ones where you can get the cheat sheets that you can just fill in all the answers and you don't actually do any of the assignments and stuff, okay? That's red flagged. It doesn't mean anything. You haven't paid for it. It's cheap. They don't want to hire you on that, okay? So really, like, this is one of the requirements that you need. If you're going to be working at an ESL company, that's what you need, okay? Some of the marketing platforms don't require you to have a TEFL certificate, but you just need to look. Go and watch, like, on the YouTube, you'll see I have got 5 TEFL videos. Here's my YouTube channel again. Go watch it. There's a whole lot of information about TEFL certificates over there, but you can also Google it and just like try and find it. I think I put it into the free community as well. I think there is a PDF in there about like different companies that you can apply to and comparing some companies. Okay, I've got a comparison chart, but I am going to send that comparison chart out at the end of the 3 days with the booklet that you guys are going to get as well. But go watch those videos on the TEFL. You definitely do need one if you're applying to an ESL company. Okay, so going back to where we were, your profile summary must be short, clear, confident, and don't overcomplicate it. Okay, so here we go. Let's think about one transferable skill that you already have that's going to help you as an online teacher. Something like patience, communication, working with children, customer service, leadership. Okay, pop it in to the comments and let me know what is one transferable skill you already have that's going to help you as an online teacher. Pop it in the comments. Let's have a look. Customer service, okay. Working with children, freelance English teacher in a rural area, good. Patience, patience. You have to have patience. I have most of those skills. Okay, choose one for yourself. Okay, choose one. Okay, and let me know what it is. Public speaking, communication. Choose your strongest one. Working with children, communication, patience, training, communication, and customer service. Thanks for all of you that are like helping some people with their questions over here. Thanks, it helps me a lot. Maintaining a friendly environment, communication, patience. I like that. Working with children. Patience is really important. Like I would definitely add that in, guys, because like when you're teaching online, you do need to have a lot of patience sometimes. I love kids, so working with children. Communication, customer service, and patience, early childhood development educator. I like working with kids. Like Mabali, if you've got like an ECD like certificate or something like, or diploma, like you can add that in as well. I love working with kids. Okay, good. And I think Thoria, I'm not sure how I say your name, if I even said it right. Like just like you're working, like you've done overseas, like you can add that in as well into your CV, right? Because that's going to also be good to have in. Okay, I'm a bit worried. Okay, Zakona, maybe you have to work on your patience. You're definitely going to need that. Okay, good communication skills and working with children. Okay, great. If you're watching the replay, if this is also for you, let me know what it is. Worked at an anxiety awareness center. Wow, okay, that's amazing. Okay, you can definitely transfer that and put that in. Anxiety, okay. Wow, okay, that's really good. Like you must definitely have patience. Wow. Okay, let's go on to introduction videos. Okay, so why your introduction video matters so much. Okay, and I saw some of you are really worried about your intro videos. Intro videos matter so much because your video has to show your personality, has to show that you're confident, it has to show your communication skills, and it has to show that you've got energy, especially if you're applying to work with children, okay? You have to make sure that you have that energy. Companies want to imagine, would students enjoy learning with this person? Okay, and often your introduction video gets taken, okay, definitely on the marketing platforms like Preply, Amazing Talker, iTalki, your introduction video is going to be loaded on, and that's what people see when they come to your profile. Okay, and that's why they would choose you. But even on your ESL companies, on their main platform, they take your introduction videos and they put them the parents can go, or the students can go through them, and they choose you according to your introduction video. So even though you don't see it on your profile, because when you're working for ESL company, you don't really have a profile, but they are somewhere on the company's website that people can go through and they can look at those intro videos. So it's a really important thing, because when a student sees you, they're going to imagine, oh, wow, I can see myself learning with this teacher. So it's a really important thing to get right. Okay, so let's look at some really common video mistakes that people make. Okay, so one of them is, and South Africans really have this problem, okay, and that is speaking too fast. A lot of us speak too fast. Okay, and then because you're nervous, sometimes maybe you're reading your script off, okay, and you're reading like a robot. You sound like a robot. Okay, you have poor lighting, you have low energy, your video is maybe under 60 seconds. If they're not wanting a short video, like you haven't done your video, it hasn't been long enough. And then to take it to the other end, your video is over 90 seconds or over 2 minutes, it's too long. Okay, so too short, too long. You've got bad sound quality, they can't hear you clearly. And if you have bad sound quality, they're going to think, okay, well, if you are teaching a lesson, like your sound quality is going to be like that in the lesson too, okay? And that's also like no good. So a lot of applications fail because the video feels rushed, you feel nervous, and you don't look like you're confident, okay? And maybe that is how you feel because this is like really scary doing an introduction video. But it's definitely something that we can improve on, okay? And I think the more you practice doing this before, like you can write out your script and do all those things, it's going to help you not to feel so nervous and not to feel so like having a lack of confidence. Okay, let's look at what makes a strong video. So like a strong introduction video feels friendly, okay, it makes you feel, okay, wow, I like this. It's really good. Like this person is friendly. They sound natural. They sound clear. I can hear what they're saying. I can clearly make out what their words are. It's positive. It's supportive. Okay, so important. Your video should be between 60 to 90 seconds long. Okay, that's the average, what companies are going to ask you for. You do get companies that are going to ask you for something different. Then maybe you have to shorten your video, but you can still use the same concept, okay? Or have a heavy accent like I had in my video in the beginning. Yes, okay, Daniel, like maybe you have a heavy accent and maybe you have to practice how you speak and how you say things so that your accent doesn't sound so heavy. Like some of you that might not be like have English as your first language, like maybe English is additional language, okay? So you're not a native speaker, you're a non-native speaker, like you can still teach English online. That's not a problem. It's just getting your accent right and getting your pronunciation right, okay? So that's something you have to work on as well, which is important for your video. And I know like sometimes like when you are a non-native speaker and you speak English really well, but sometimes you speak really fast. Okay, so it's just like slowing it down and working on if you've got a heavy accent. I guess it also depends like what area you grew up in as well, like because like every area has like people get accents from whatever area you live in the world, right? Don't you? Like as well. So like people like that neutral accent almost. I know some companies like want you to sound American, and some companies want you to sound British. Like in the beginning, like I used to, like the first company I worked for wanted you to sound American and say everything like American. But now I just say to people, well, I lived in England for 9 years and my accent is a British accent. And so that's why I sound like I do. Watch a lot of YouTube videos and practice having a neutral accent. Okay, that's like, yes, that's what you can do. Like you can watch a lot of videos and like really work on those. And you'll see there's certain words maybe that people use that makes your accent sound more pronounced. Okay, so just work on that as well. Okay, so here's a step-by-step video process that you could use to make it easier for you. Okay, let's look at how you can create your video. Like step 1 is like choosing or writing your script. Okay, so like write your script out. And that's what I get everybody in my membership to do. Like when somebody sends me the video, I say, I don't want this video. Like, I don't want to see your video in the beginning. I want to see your script. I want you to write it out for me. And then I'm going to tweak your script. Okay. And then step 2 is you're going to practice your script out loud. Okay, so you go practice it in front of a mirror, practice it with a friend. So make sure you're practicing it. Then you can record a practice version once you feel confident and watch it back, see if you are happy with it, and then record a final version after that. Okay, and then you can always edit it as well. There's lots of editing programs out there that you could use to like maybe edit it and make sure that you put a thumbnail, maybe create a thumbnail if you're having to upload it somewhere. Because some companies ask you to like you have to upload it onto like YouTube or onto Google Drive. So like on YouTube as a like not private but unlisted. Okay, unlisted. You have to save it as unlisted, and then you can put a thumbnail with it as well. And then you send them the link, you upload the link. Okay, so that's how it often works. And it's good to have a thumbnail because you can write a little bit about yourself on there. You can have a picture of yourself, and it means that your video hasn't chosen a part of your video where your mouth is open or you're looking like really weird. Okay, so it's good to have a thumbnail in front of it if you're uploading it like onto Preply or Amazing Talker or one of those platforms. Okay, but don't wait until, so I really wanted to put this in. Don't wait until you feel fully confident before you start recording. Okay, confidence improves through practice. Okay, so you are going to get confident, but if you wait to become confident, you're never going to do anything. You're going to be sitting at this time next year and you still haven't done anything about it. Okay, so take action and start doing the thing. Okay, so be honest. What is the hardest, do you think? I know a lot of you said that it is difficult. So what feels the hardest about like recording an introduction video? Is it your confidence, knowing what to say, watching yourself back, because that can be really scary, or the fear of judgment when you send through your video? Like, what do you think is the hardest part about or what is stopping you from recording this introduction video? Okay, fear of judgment. C and D. Okay, watching yourself back, fear of judgment. A, confidence. Okay, A, C, and D. D, fear of judgment. Okay, lots of you have fear of judgment. Okay, A, C, and D. Knowing what to say. Okay, so I think D is definitely coming out the strongest here out of everything. Quite a lot of C's and A's as well. To be honest, feeling like I'm having to have my head, etc. So D. Okay, forgetting my script even after practicing it multiple times. Okay, like maybe like you got to like really break it down and make sure that it feels true to you. Then maybe you won't like forget it, but like definitely write your script out and practice it like in front of a mirror, or practice it like the more you practice it, maybe the easier it will become. And then start recording yourself. Even if you get like a bit of recording done, then go back and do it again. I find myself talking fast every time. Okay, that happens. And I have a very soft, almost childlike voice. Okay, it's really easy to talk fairly fast when you are recording yourself because you're also thinking, okay, I'm on a time limit. I want to get this done between my 60 to 90 seconds. I don't want to go over that. And like I remember when I first started recording my own video, like I was thinking, okay, like I need to talk faster because I'm not going to get through everything that I wanted to say. Okay, and then what's actually better is to probably cut out bits so that you can talk slower and be more clear and come within your time limit. I feel like I sound weird. Okay, so like record yourself and play yourself back, or maybe even ask a friend to listen to it. Okay, so like watching a lot, yes, watching a lot of YouTube videos, watching people's introduction videos, seeing what other people do, that's definitely going to help as well. Okay, that's a really good tip. Okay, and Danielle says that's what she did as well. Okay, there's so much info maybe like on YouTube as well. Like you can, like a lot of companies that you apply to, like let's take Ecosoc, Palfish, all of those ones. Like if you search them and you search like introduction videos for this place, then like maybe it's going to come up with what people have done, like what kind of introduction videos they've done. Okay, and the same with demo lessons. You could search demo lessons and it's going to come up. So look and see, what do people do. Like there's often a lot of stuff on YouTube that you can actually watch. Okay, let's look at strong versus weak application. Okay, a weak application often feels like generic. Okay, like something that everybody's saying, that you haven't put much effort in it, you've rushed it, and it's unclear. But a strong application feels like confident, friendly, professional, and it's clear and it's organized. Yay, Danielle! Good job. Okay, that's amazing. Well done on passing your interview. Okay, it's a good starting point. They like to fine a lot. EdCasoc likes to fine their teachers a lot, but you will become a good ESL teacher because you just won't want to lose all your money on fines. So when you do move to a marketing platform, you're going to have so much experience, and they also give you a lot of training. Like they do a tesol, like their own tesol certificate that you have to do with them, and they train you on all their programs and stuff that you have to use as well. So it's a good starting point because you're going to become really good at what you do and you're going to feel confident to move on from there. Okay. Important strategies. Okay. I would say, so yeah, here's 4 important things to do. Okay. Apply to multiple companies. Okay. But not like to 100 or 20 or whatever. Okay. Don't apply just to one company though. I would say apply to between 3 to 5 companies. That is enough. Don't go over that. Okay, because that's going to give you more opportunity. It's going to give you more interview practice, and it's going to give you faster results. Okay, so that's what you're wanting to do. Okay, don't go and apply to 10 companies though, because you're going to be completely overwhelmed and you're not going to do anything correctly. It takes long to apply to one company. Sometimes the application forms take a long time to fill in. Okay, and keep a record of which companies you've applied to and what information you've sent into them. Like write it down somewhere. And before you decide to apply to those companies, do a little bit of research about the company. Do they pay the staff well? Like what's it like to work there? Are they a legitimate company? Okay, do a little bit of homework before you just randomly apply to different places. Okay, so a mindset shift. Okay, you're going to improve. You are definitely going to improve as you go. Most successful teachers were nervous at first. Okay, they improved their videos, they improved their interviews, and they learn through experience. And nobody starts perfectly. So the goal is not to be perfect, but it's actually to take action and to make progress. That is what you want to do. You want to get out of being where you are now and actually starting to make progress. Okay, you don't want to be perfect though. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to look at your step-by-step get hired plan. Okay, like we're going to look at where to apply. We're going to look at some beginner-friendly companies. I'm going to add in like the different companies you can apply to, like working for an ESL. What's the difference between an ESL company, marketing platform, and teaching independently? Okay, what to do after rejection, because I'm sure like sometimes that can just knock the wind out of you, and what your next action steps can be. Okay, those are the things we're going to be looking at tomorrow. Okay, just a reminder about the bonus, and that is attend all 3 sessions or watch replays and engage. And you're going to receive the Get Hired Fast Toolkit, which has a resume guide, introduction video, interview guide, application checklist, company guide, and whatever else I'm going to throw in. Okay, there's the free community where you're going to find replay links, worksheets, classroom resources, support, and updates. Some of you are already on there. Okay, so I will pop that once we go out of this. I'll just grab that the link and I'll pop it here. It will also be in the replay email that will go out tonight. Okay, and if you're feeling like this woman in this picture, yeah, and you want extra support, don't forget about the Teach Online membership, which is currently has a free 7-day trial for this week. And inside you can get resume feedback, introduction video feedback, interview prep, support, monthly training, and all that stuff I told you in the beginning. It's really great. It's a small group of people that are in it because people come in and go as they need to. Okay, so you can kind of come in and stay for as long as you need to stay and as long as you need support. Okay, and before we end, let's see, what is one thing you now want to improve in your application? Let me know in the comments. Okay. What is one thing you want to improve in your application? Being precise. Okay, good. What else? Remove personal info on my CV. I wrote that I love reading books. Learn, practice to become more articulate and precise. Definitely my introduction video. My resume to be shorter and my introduction video more natural introduction video. Revamping my resume. My confidence to come across as confident and clear. Even if you're not feeling confident and clear, it's coming across like that, right? Improve my confidence when doing my intro video and to fix my accent. My whole profile, I'm unsure about it. Not applying a rush, proofread it. Revamping my resume. Introduction video, resume, confidence. Having a well-put resume and intro video. My introduction video and fix my speaking pace. Okay, that's an important thing, Imani. Not waiting for confidence and start practicing my intro video. Okay, good. Intro video and maybe try and play around with my voice so I can sound like an adult. Okay. Not to talk fast on my intro videos. Okay. I don't like if you're going to be teaching kids, it's like absolutely fine if you're thinking your voice is like not sounding like an adult. Like teaching kids, that's going to be fine. My resume revamp and practice more to perfect my intro video. Okay, good, guys. I like it. Okay, so final reminder, your application does not need to be perfect, but it needs to be clear, confident, professional, friendly. Okay, and tomorrow, same time, same link, 8 p.m. again for our final day. Let me just stop my share quickly so I can take the screenshot of you all. There's everybody. Okay. Let me just take these screenshots quickly of everybody that's here. Well done to those of you who have your cameras open, because it's a good practice to actually see yourselves. Okay, I think I've got everybody in there. Okay, I'm just going to pop those links in quickly. Okay, so if you haven't joined the free group where you're going to find all your stuff, okay, this is the free groups one going in now. Okay, so you can find the replay links are going to be in there, all the worksheets, those are all going to be in there. So just go join those. So that's the teaching hub. Okay, and this is the paid membership. And probably on Friday, I'm going to do an extra session for anybody that wants to find out more about the paid membership. I'm going to take you for a tour through it and show you everything that's available in it. Okay, and that's the paid one, and it has a 7-day free trial at the moment. Okay, just click on the link and then you'll be able to go into the group. Okay, so there's those links, but I also will pop them in the emails that will go out tonight. Just like in case you don't get the emails, just make sure that you check like your spam, your promote, and your junk folders, because it often goes in there. Because of bulk sending emails, obviously I send out or everybody's together. So sometimes it goes there, especially with Gmail. Okay, guys, have a really awesome night, and I will see you all back tomorrow for 8 o'clock. And yay, well done to you guys. And hopefully you have all learned something new from today. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.